Hi, Daniel741852 here, and today we are going to be going through how to basically get your first platform into Marble Blast. So as you can see, I got a fresh new Blender project open. If we click anywhere, it should get rid of that splash screen. So we got a few things in our scene right now. Let's press A, which should select everything, and hit delete. Okay, now that we have nothing on the screen, let's go ahead and in the bottom left screen, let's click this time icon. Click Asset Browser, and it is a little sunk. So if we go to the edge here and click this, we move up our mouse and we can see more of the Asset Browser. That's good enough. So once we got that pulled up, click this drop down. Let's go ahead and click MBU Lily Asset Pack. And we should now only see Marble Blast related assets. So in this project, let's go ahead and just work with Marble Blast Gold's assets. So let's go to Interiors, Marble Blast Gold, and we should see Marble Blast Gold textures here. So once we have that, let's go back to our main view here, and go ahead and press Shift A. Let's go ahead and go to Mesh and click Cube, and we have ourselves a basic cube here. Now, in the top right corner, you will see there's some spheres here. This is wireframe view, which it's self-explanatory. All the meshes are in wireframe view. This is solid mode, which it basically means textureless. Like you're not going to see any textures. And this is material preview mode, which you'll be able to see textures, but obviously we haven't textured this cube yet. There is a fourth mode called a render preview, but I personally never use this. So let's go ahead and leave it on material preview because we're going to go ahead and texture this cube. So in our asset browser, if we scroll down, let's go ahead and add grid cool. So we just click and drag, put it on the cube, and we will see we've applied the texture, but it looks off. So if we hit tab, that'll get us into edit mode. And let's go ahead and hit A just to make sure everything is selected. There's going to be in the top somewhat left corner of your Blender, there's going to be a little document looking icon. Click that. And then go ahead and click Try Planar Map. And as you can see, it is scaled correctly, but we do need to shift it a bit. So over here, there is a little, let's go ahead and click that again. There is a little set of values here. So if we put this to 1, 1, and put this to 1, it'll look correct now. And this is scaled correctly to look, what's the one I'm looking for? Accurately in game, so it's not going to look too big or too small. While we are in edit mode, in the top right here, you're going to see an options menu. Click that, and then click correct face attributes. And essentially what this does is if we go to face mode here in the corner, and then we grab this, you're going to see that it's automatically fixing the faces for us so it doesn't look stretched out. Because if we have this unselected and do this again, you're going to notice it stretches out, and that's not what we want. So let's go back to options and click correct face attributes. And yeah, so let's just do a 4x4 platform since we already have 4 grids here. And let's hit G. And let's go ahead and lock it to the x-axis by hitting X. And if we hold Control, we can do it by the grid, so it looks perfect. The only reason why it does that is because right now it's on increments, which basically means snapping to the grid, hence why it's doing this. There's other options too, like snap to vertex, edge, face, etc. But honestly, you're going to be using increments the most, because you always want to work with the grid. Now, we've got that settled, so let's go ahead and add our trim. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit this. We're going to go ahead and make sure we're in edit mode. And then the right side, you're going to see a little sphere here, and it should say material. So click that. And then over here, you're going to see your material list, which is currently only grid pool. Go ahead, hit the plus icon. And then we're going to drag edge white 2 into this new material we've made. Now, it's in our material list, but it's not assigned to any faces yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to select these 4 faces. And we've got all 4 faces selected. So we're going to click edge white 2 in our material list. Hit assign. And as you can see, it's textured with edge white 2 now, but it's quite big. Like, this is very stretched. So we're going to hit this document looking icon again. Try planar map. And we're going to select trim. And there we go. Now it's scaled properly, but it's a bit too wide vertically. So we're going to go ahead and go into I believe it's orthographic. That's how you say it. Yeah, we're going to go into orthographic view, which you can either do it by clicking these little vectors here, or you can just hit like numpad 1, like 3 or whatever. And once we're in orthographic view, we're going to press G, and then press Z to lock it on the Z-axis. Since we're on increments, we're going to go ahead and hold Control so we can work by the grid. And we're going to stop right there, because that looks good. And, yeah, that looks good. So now that we've got that done, we have our first basic platform. If you, for Marble S Gold levels, for the most part, the underside is the same as the top texture, but if you want an underside, it's pretty much the same process as what we did with Edge White. You just hit the plus icon. Let's go ahead and use Pattern Pool 2 as our underside. And it looks like the bottom face is already selected. So we're going to go ahead and click Pattern Pool 2. Click Assign. And let's be a little fancy here. Let's select the bottom face again. Document icon. Try planar map. Let's do scale 0.25. Oh, good heavens. Let's go ahead and do 1. And that's really big. Honest to God, that is really big. But we're going to go with it anyways. So, we've got our top platform, our trim, and our underside. But the trim isn't extruding off the edges. How can I do that? I'm very glad you asked. So we're going to go back into edit mode again by hitting tab. We're going to select the faces that have the trim texture, document icon. But this time, we're going to select trim. That's all you have to do. Now we have a basic platform with a proper trim and an underside. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to go to File, Export, Twerk.diff, and we're going to save this in our interiors folder. Since I'm going to be using Platinum Quest, we're going to be saving it in the interiors MBG folder. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Data, Interiors MBG, then Custom, and then we're just going to name this Blender Export.diff. And it looks like that exported successfully, so we're going to go ahead and open up Platinum Quest. Okay, now that Platinum Quest is opened, let's go ahead and click play. Let's select menu, editor, create new. Let's just name this Blender Gold. I really don't care. Level name, Blender Gold Test. Game style Gold. Accept. Alright. So we've loaded up in our scene here, or our mission, I should say. So let's go ahead and open up our console by hitting the tilde button, which should be to the left of your one key on your keyboard. And let's go ahead and type in $test cheats equal 1 semicolon. Hit enter. And this will allow you to use the level editor. I know you can just do the same by hitting this editor icon in Platinum Quest, but Gold doesn't have that, so I wanted to show that off. So we hit F11 and we're in the editor menu now. Let's go ahead and press Alt and then C, and we should be in camera mode now. So let's just delete this platform since we're not going to use that. And we're going to go to where we saved our .diff. So interiors, Platinum Data, Interiors MBG, Custom, and we saved it as Blender Export. Now, you probably noticed there's a 0 at the end of it. What this means is, I don't remember what the exact threshold is. I think it's 8,000 triangles. If your project file has a lot of triangles, it's gonna split itself up. So there's gonna be Blender Export 0, 1, 2, so on and so forth. But because we made a very basic platform, it's only gonna be 0. So let's go ahead and click this. And awesome. This looks perfect. So we got our basic platform here. The top looks perfect. The trim looks perfect. And the underside looks perfect. Excellent. And there you have it. You managed to create your first basic platform from Blender, export it as a .diff, and now you've loaded it in-game. There's one more thing I would like to mention before I just dip out like that. So, for platforms like these, I always recommend zeroing it out. So let's click this platform, position, and then just put 0, 0, 0. So that way, if you ever re-export your .diff, it won't be offset at all. And you'll be able to see where your new additions are in your mission by just simply restarting the mission or closing and reopening the game. Because if you work with zeros, you won't have to worry about repositioning your start pad or whatever else. It just makes making missions way easier if you just zero everything out with every new .diff you import. Alright, now that's the end of the video. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.